Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And we're bringing you another great elementary lesson today, one that takes place at the office.
Yes, today we're going to teach you some great phrases so that you can ask people to help you.
Right, and I think this dialogue is with a new person at the office. Mm-hmm. So when you're new, you always need to ask people for favors.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to be asking for a favor.
So Marco, what exactly is a favor?
Something that a person does for you.
Like a small, helpful thing.
Yeah, a small helpful thing. So, like, can you pass me that pencil? Maybe that's even a favor.
Yeah, or maybe, can you pick me up on your way to work?
Yeah, that's a favor. Mm-hmm. Or even lending money to your friend.
Yeah.
That's a favor.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be talking about, favors and how to ask for one.
Because you always have to do this at work.
At work, with your friends, with your family. So let's listen to the dialogue and then we'll come back and explain all the vocabulary.
Sorry to bother you. My name is Rachel. I'm new here. Can I ask you for a favor?
Hi, Rachel. Welcome on board. I'm afraid I can't help you right now. I'm getting ready for a very important meeting.
Excuse me, but can I bother you for a second?
You know what? I'd love to help you, but I'm about to meet an important client. Do you want to ask Sean instead? He sits right over there.
Sorry to interrupt you, Sean. Could you do me a quick favor?
Actually, I'm working on a document that's due in a couple of minutes. I really can't talk right now. Sorry about that.
Jeez! I just want to know where the bathroom is. What's wrong with you people?
So a pretty busy office.
Pretty unhelpful colleagues.
I know, everyone's so busy they didn't help this
know.
poor girl.
Yeah, I hope she found the bathroom.
Now let's take a look at the language from the dialogue. So let's start with language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
There's some great language in this dialogue, wasn't there?
Yeah, a lot of interesting phrases and words. The first one that I saw that was really interesting is on board.
On board.
Welcome on board.
Well, we've got some examples of how this phrase is used, so let's listen to them to help us understand the meaning.
Example 1. Welcome on board, Sarah. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Example 2.
We need to get our new office assistant on board as soon as possible.
Example 3. We decided to bring Melissa on board to join the marketing team.
So basically it means
Welcome to the company.
welcome to the company.
Or,
the team.
yeah.
Welcome on board.
So on board is the same as to the company.
I guess also when you get on a ship, they'll tell you welcome on board.
Yes, that's where it comes from.
Or an airplane.
Yeah.
Welcome on board. Okay, let's take a look at our next word. About to.
About to.
I'm about to.
I'm about to.
So this is a great phrase to explain that you're about to do something.
I'm going to do this thing really soon.
Okay, so for example, you can say, I'm about to go out for lunch.
Or I could say, hey, Marco, let's go record a show.
I'm about to go into a meeting.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
About to.
Going to do something really soon.
Okay. The next word we have is instead.
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 Instead. It means in the place of.
In the place of.
Yep.
So, for example, if we're at dinner, I could say, I'll have the chicken instead of the fish. Right?
Or I can say, I wanted to buy a red sweater, but they didn't have one, so I bought a blue one instead.
Instead. Okay. So, in the place of.
Yep.
And our last word for language takeaway, interrupt.
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 So when somebody interrupts you, they come in and...
They talk to you while you're doing something, or maybe while you're speaking.
Or maybe you're busy and people come and
Bother you.
And bother you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So interrupt.
Interrupt. Okay, some great words here in our dialogue, and now we can listen to it again. This time it's going to be a little bit slower.
And you'll be able to understand the language a little bit better.
Sorry to bother you. My name is Rachel. I'm new here. Can I ask you for a favor?
Hi, Rachel. Welcome on board. I'm afraid I can't help you right now. I'm getting ready for a very important meeting.
Excuse me, but can I bother you for a second?
You know what? I'd love to help you, but I'm about to meet an important client. Do you want to try Sean instead? He sits right over there.
Sorry to interrupt you, Sean. Could you do me a quick favor?
Actually, I'm working on a document that is due in a couple of minutes. I really can't talk to you right now. Sorry about that.
Jeez. I just want to know where the bathroom is. What's wrong with you people?
Okay, so there are some great ways that you can ask someone for a favor, right?
Yeah, we want to show you some really useful phrases for asking for help.
So let's start with putting it together.
Putting it together.
Let's listen to some different ways of how you can ask someone for a favor.
Example 1. May I get you to do me a favor? Can you carry this package in your suitcase for me? Example 2.
Can I ask you a favor? Can you just finish this report for me?
Example 3. Will you do me a favor and pass me that file?
Okay, so those were great examples of asking for a favor.
Yeah.
In our dialogue, we heard, "Can I ask you a favor?"
But we could also say, can I get you to do me a favor?
Right. Can I get you to do me a favor? Also, I could say, "Will you do me a favor?"
Will you do me a favor?
Right. So those are different ways of asking for a favor.
Let's say you want to ask someone for a favor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're busy.
Right.
So you'll need some phrases to help you do this.
Exactly. You need some phrases to interrupt somebody. Right? So let's listen to some examples of what phrases you can use to begin to talk to someone.
Yeah, to interrupt them.
Okay.
I hate to bother you, but... I'm
sorry to bother you, but...
I don't mean to bother you, but...
Okay, so those are really nice and polite ways of beginning to talk to someone.
Exactly. They're really useful at the office.
So maybe you want to talk to your boss, you knock on his door, kind of open it a little bit and say, "I'm sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if you have time for a meeting today?"
Or you could say, "I hate to bother you, but do you have time for a meeting today?"
Exactly. So those are great ways of starting up a conversation.
Yep.
And maybe setting it up to ask for a favor, right? So we can combine them. I could say, "I hate to bother you, but can you do me a favor?"
Perfect.
Right?
Yeah, really useful.
So then you can ask someone for a favor.
Yep.
Okay, great stuff. So I guess we can listen to our dialogue again.
Yeah, let's listen to our dialogue for the third time. And this time, I'm sure you'll understand it a lot better.
Sorry to bother you. My name is Rachel. I'm new here. Can I ask you for a favor?
Hi, Rachel. Welcome on board. I'm afraid I can't help you right now. I'm getting ready for a very important meeting.
Excuse me, but can I bother you for a second?
You know what? I'd love to help you, but I'm about to meet an important client. Do you want to ask Sean instead? He sits right over there.
Sorry to interrupt you, Sean. Could you do me a quick favor?
Actually, I'm working on a document that's due in a couple of minutes. I really can't talk right now. Sorry about that.
Jeez. I just want to know where the bathroom is. What's wrong with you people?
All right, so now you have all the vocabulary necessary the next time you need to ask someone for a favor.
Yes.
At the office, with your friends, with your family, anyone.
Well, everyone, we are out of time for today, but remember to visit our website at englishpod.com.
Exactly. At our website, you'll find the script of the dialogue. And also, you'll find intermediate lessons, upper intermediate, and even advanced.
Yeah, exactly. Our website is a great resource for learning. Marco and I are always there to answer your questions, and we also have lots of helpful users who answer your questions.
Exactly. So don't miss out. Come to our website at englishpod.com, and we'll see you there.
Until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today with Erica, we're bringing you a great lesson about time.
You need more of it.
We need more time,
Yeah.
right? So we're going to be teaching you how you can ask for more time.
If you're working on a project at work and you can't finish it on time, you have to ask your boss for more time.
Right. So today in our dialogue, Casey needs more time to put together a press kit.
What's a press kit?
Good question. A press kit is something the marketing department will put together. Basically, pictures, logos, information about the company. So when a newspaper or a magazine wants to write an article about them, so they have something already prepared that they could give the newspaper or magazine.
Okay.
Okay, so let's listen to our dialogue for the first time. And as always, it's going to be at a normal speed, so it might be a little bit difficult to understand.
We'll come back in 1 minute and tell you about some of the key language.
So, Casey, how are things going with the photos for the press kit?
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. I might need to ask for an extension on that deadline.
You've had over a month to get this finalized. Why are things delayed?
Well, the thing is, we ran into a lot of problems.
I'm not looking for excuses here. I just want to get this finished on time.
I know, and I apologize for the delay, but some things were just beyond my control. I had trouble booking the photographer, and then Michael was sick for 3 weeks, so I couldn't include him in the photos. And the design team lost all the files, so I had to redo the pictures.
I'm not going to put this off any longer, Casey. I want those photos ASAP.
All right, so Casey is in trouble, I think.
Yeah, I think her boss is pretty upset.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at some of the language that we saw in this dialogue in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
First word today is deadline.
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 So, Erica, what's a deadline?
It is the last possible date to do something.
So, for example, when we were in school, our teacher would send us homework and say it was for Friday.
So the deadline was Friday.
Was Friday, right? Or when you're at work, you have projects that you have to finish by a certain date. That's your deadline.
Exactly.
Okay, let's look at our next word. Extension.
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 So extension and deadline go together, right?
Exactly. If you can't reach your deadline or you can't make your deadline, you must ask for an extension.
An extension. So you ask for more time.
Yeah, an extension is moving the deadline in the future.
All right, interesting. Let's look at our next word. Ran into.
Ran into.
Ran into.
Ran into some problems.
So we ran into some problems in this dialogue. Let's listen to some more examples of run into so we can understand the meaning.
Example 1.
We ran into a storm on our way home.
Example 2. If you're not careful now, you're going to run into a lot of problems later. Example 3.
I ran into some trouble with my computer.
Okay, good example. So it's clear now, right?
Right. If you run into problems, you meet some problems.
Right. Many students say it in that way. I met some problems.
Yeah, but that's wrong.
Right. So you would say I ran into some problems.
Right. I met some problems is wrong, wrong, wrong.
Okay, don't say met some problems.
I ran into some problems.
I ran into. Okay. And our last word for language takeaway, delayed.
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 So when something is delayed, it's
Late.
late.
And the opposite is,
On time.
yeah. So your flight was delayed.
Or your flight was on time.
The project was delayed.
Or your project was on time.
Clear.
All right. So now let's go back to the dialogue. Let's listen to it again.
And this time it will be a little bit slower so you can understand some of these phrases we just talked about.
So, Casey, how are things going with the photos for the press kit?
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. I might need to ask for an extension on that deadline.
You've had over a month to get this finalized. Why are things delayed?
Well, the thing is, we ran into a lot of problems.
I'm not looking for excuses here. I just want to get this finished on time.
I know, and I apologize for the delay. But some things were just beyond my control. I had trouble booking the photographer. And then Michael was sick for 3 weeks, so I couldn't include him in the photos. And the design team lost all the files, so I had to redo the pictures.
I'm not going to put this off any longer, Casey. I want those photos ASAP.
Okay, so there were some really useful phrases that we saw in this dialogue.
Yeah, some wonderful phrases that you can use when you want to ask for more time.
Okay, so let's look at these phrases in Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
All right, what's our first phrase?
I've been meaning to talk to you.
I've been meaning to.
I've been meaning to.
Okay, we have some really great examples of how you can combine I've been meaning to with different verbs.
Yep, let's listen.
Example 1.
I'm sorry I haven't called you yet. I've been meaning to, but I've been busy.
Example 2. I've been meaning to tell you, but John quit yesterday. Example 3.
I've been meaning to see that film for a while.
I've been meaning to go to that restaurant, but I haven't had time.
So you've been wanting to for a long time.
Right. I've been thinking about it. I've
Yeah.
been planning to do it.
But you just haven't done it.
I haven't done it. Maybe
Yeah.
because I haven't had time or money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good phrase.
Our next phrase is beyond my control.
Beyond my control.
It's beyond my control.
So it means that I can't control it.
You can't do anything about it.
Can't do anything about it. The weather is beyond my control.
Right. Or relate with this project because Jane was sick for 1 month. It was beyond my control.
Okay. It wasn't your fault.
No.
Okay. And our last phrase for Fluency Builder, put this off.
Put this off.
Put this off.
Put this off.
So let's listen to some more examples of put this off before we explain the meaning.
Example 1.
I've been putting off this project for a week, and it's due tomorrow.
Example 2. Can we put off our meeting till next week? I'm too busy right now. Example 3.
I've been putting off my email all day, and now I have 50 messages to respond to.
So, Marco, when you put something off, you...
Leave it for later,
Okay.
right? So maybe I have to write a report today, but I'm going to put it off till tomorrow.
So you're going to do it tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow. Okay, so we've seen some really great words and some really good phrases. So now let's listen to our dialogue for the last time, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
So, Casey, how are things going with the photos for the press kit?
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. I might need to ask for an extension on that deadline.
You've had over a month to get this finalized. Why are things delayed?
Well, the thing is, we ran into a lot of problems.
I'm not looking for excuses here. I just want to get this finished on time.
I know, and I apologize for the delay. But some things were just beyond my control. I had trouble booking the photographer, and then Michael was sick for 3 weeks, so I couldn't include him in the photos. And the design team lost all the files, so I had to redo the pictures.
I'm not going to put this off any longer, Casey. I want those photos ASAP.
Well, Marco, do you think that Casey's reasons for being late are good?
I think so, because it wasn't really her fault, the whole situation with the photographer. And then one of her co-workers was sick for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not really her fault, right?
Right, but maybe the boss thinks that she's making excuses.
Yeah, maybe she's making excuses. That's really common. Like, for example, when we were kids, you would say, oh, my dog ate my homework.
Right, but that really happened to me once.
Your dog ate your homework?
My cat ate my homework.
Your cat ate your homework?
Yeah.
And what did your teacher say?
Well, actually, I was a really good student, so my teacher believed me.
Well, my teacher wouldn't have believed me.
Really?
No, she would have called my parents, most likely.
Yeah. Well, my cat really did eat my homework, and I just left it on the table, and it chewed it all up.
That's weird. Why would your cat do that?
I don't know.
A lot of weird excuses out there.
Yeah.
I was abducted by aliens.
Uh-huh.
My mom accidentally mailed my homework to Africa.
Really?
Yeah, there was
this happened to you?
Creative writing.
Okay.
Creative excuses.
Well, I want to hear from our listeners. I want to know what excuses they've used for being late with something.
So send us your excuses, send us your comments and questions. Go to our website at englishpod.com, where Eric and I are always there to answer your questions.
That's right, Marco. And this is an elementary lesson, right?
Exactly.
But we also have intermediate and upper intermediate and advanced lessons for you more fluent English speakers.
Exactly. So if you're listening to us on iTunes, be sure to visit our website and come see what else we have to offer.
Well, I think we're out of time, but until next time, it's goodbye.
Hello, English learners, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
I'm Amira.
And Amira and I are here today with a great lesson for you.
Yes, we are.
Today, we're going to be talking about a restaurant. Amira, why don't you give us a little bit more details?
Well, we're talking about a situation in a restaurant and two people are involved, the waiter and the customer. And I don't want to say any more.
Okay, don't say any more. Let's just listen to this dialogue and we'll be back later to explain it.
Good evening. My name is Fabio. I'll be your waiter for tonight. May I take your order?
No, I'm still working on it. This menu's not even in English. What's good here?
For you, sir, I would recommend spaghetti and meatballs.
Does it come with Coke and fries?
It comes with either soup or salad and a complimentary glass of wine, sir.
I'll go with the spaghetti and meatballs, salad, and the wine.
Excellent choice. Your order will be ready soon.
How soon is soon?
20 minutes?
You know what? I'll just go grab a burger across the street.
Ma va un po', ti vieni in questo locale, mi fai tutte queste domande ancora? Ma va, pigliato.
Uh-oh, what a waiter.
What a waiter. He is really angry at this customer, and I can't blame him. I would be angry too.
Yeah. So, I think, Marco, you have chosen some interesting expressions for us here. What is the first one?
Well, the first one is, I'm still working on it.
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 Why don't we listen to some other examples on how you can use this word, and then we'll come back and explain it.
Did you finish reading the magazine?
I'm still working on it.
Did you fix my car?
I'm still working on it.
So you could say, I'm still working on it, means
I still need more time.
fantastic.
Great. Okay, it's clear.
I have another one for you guys. It's a phrase commonly used, and you'll hear it all the time. Coke and fries.
Coke and fries.
Coke and fry.
Coke and fries. It's a short way of saying Coca-Cola and French fries.
So that's basically America's fast food.
Yeah, burger, Coke, and fries.
Okay. What's next on the menu?
On the menu, we have a complimentary glass of wine.
Complimentary glass of wine.
Complimentary glass of wine.
Complimentary means
that it's free.
Free.
Yes.
We love that, huh?
Yeah, we definitely like free things.
Well, I have another one for us here. Another interesting phrase. I'll go with.
I'll go with.
I'll go with.
I'll go with.
So basically, it's another way of saying I'm choosing.
Yeah, I'll choose or I'll take.
I'll take.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good.
All right, the next word that I want to take a look at is grab.
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 Okay, now let's listen to some other examples of how we could use grab in different situations, and then we'll come back and explain it.
On your way home, can you grab some milk?
Wait for me, please. I need to grab my coat.
Let's grab a cup of coffee.
All right, well, I would understand that go grab means go get quickly.
To go get quickly, yeah.
Yeah. All right, everyone. So now it's time to listen one more time to the dialogue and listen carefully and try to understand why the waiter doesn't like the customer. Let's listen.
Good evening. My name is Fabio. I'll be your waiter for tonight. May I take your order?
No, I'm still working on it. This menu's not even in English. What's good here?
For you, sir, I would recommend spaghetti and meatballs.
Does it come with Coke and fries?
It comes with either soup or salad and a complimentary glass of wine, sir.
I'll go with the spaghetti and meatballs, salad, and the wine.
Excellent choice. Your order will be ready soon.
How soon is soon?
20 minutes?
You know what? I'll just go grab a burger across the street.
Ma va un po', ti vieni in questo locale, mi fai tutte queste domande ancora? Ma va a pigliare.
Marco, why did this waiter get angry at the customer?
Well, he basically wasted the waiter's time. I mean, this guy comes into the restaurant, he is not very polite, and he's asking all these questions, and in the end he just gets up and says, I'll just go grab a burger across the street.
Yeah, and I also think that this guy was a lot more casual than the place he was in, right?
Yeah, I think this was a nice, fancy restaurant, so I think he was in the wrong place.
Yeah. So how many times, Marco, tell me, do you really have fast food a week?
Fast food, let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
No. I think I get fast food maybe once or twice a week. All right, talking about fast food made me hungry, so I think I'm going to go grab something to eat myself.
Yeah, me too.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson today, and remember that all of this vocabulary is useful for your everyday needs.
Yes. Well, actually, here in English Pod, we focus on phrases and words that are high frequency, and that means that you can use them every day in your practical life.
Exactly. And be sure to go to our website at englishpod.com, where you can find many other resources, and you can leave your questions and comments at our community forum.
So thank you very much for listening. We'll be back tomorrow with another great lesson for you. So until then, bye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Not yet completed. Need more time.
Still working on.
Suggest.
Would recommend.
Free.
Complimentary.
To choose. Pick.
Go with.
To get quickly.
Grab. Let's try that faster.
Not yet completed. Need more time.
Still working on.
To get quickly.
Grab.
Suggest.
Would recommend.
To get quickly.
Grab.
To choose. Pick.
Go with. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Still working on.
Have you decided what to do tonight? I'm still working on it.
Complimentary.
Would you like a complimentary dessert?
Go with.
I'll go with the red dress instead of the blue one.
Grab.
Let's grab some beers after work.
Go with.
I'll go with the red dress instead of the blue one.
Grab.
Let's grab some beers after work.
Hello, English learners, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
I'm Amira.
Amira and I are here today with another interesting and useful lesson for you English learners. Amira, why don't you explain a little bit of what this lesson is about today?
It's about calling in sick.
Oh, okay. That's useful.
Yes, definitely. It happens to everyone. Once in a while, you don't feel so well, or you feel well, but you don't want to go to work.
Right.
So you call in sick.
Okay. Let's listen to this dialogue, and I want everyone to keep their ears open and see if the boss believes this person.
Let's listen.
Hello, Daniel speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Daniel. Julie here.
Oh, hi, Julie. How are you?
Actually, I'm feeling quite ill today.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What's wrong?
I think I'm coming down with the flu. I have a headache, a sore throat, a runny nose, and I'm feeling slightly feverish.
I see. So you're calling in sick.
Yes, I was hoping to take the day off to recover.
Okay, then. Try and get some rest.
Marco, do you think he believed her?
No, I don't think he believed her. He didn't sound really convinced.
Yes, and Julie didn't sound really sick, huh?
Exactly. Well, we have some really good vocabulary here. Amira, why don't you begin with the first one?
The first phrase I've chosen for you is a very, very useful one. I'm feeling quite ill today.
I'm feeling quite ill today.
I'm feeling quite ill today.
All right, what does this mean exactly?
It means that she's feeling sick.
Oh, okay, that's clear. So she is sick. She's feeling sick. Okay, let's look at another really useful phrase, and this one is, I'm coming down with the flu.
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 All right, and this phrase means that I am starting to get the flu or I am getting the flu.
Okay, the next phrase I have for you is calling in sick.
Calling in sick.
Calling in sick.
Calling in sick.
It means calling your boss to tell him that you can't come to work today. I personally love this phrase because it saves so much time and explanations.
Okay, perfect. So if I say this, then everyone will know that I am not coming to work today.
Yes, definitely.
Perfect. All right. And the last phrase that we're going to take a look at today is I was hoping to take the day off.
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 Right. And she says this to ask for permission because she does not want to go to work.
Okay, now, couldn't she just say, like, I can't come today?
Right. She could say, I can't come today, but that would be a little bit impolite.
Okay, so when she says, I was hoping to take the day off, it's a polite way of asking.
It's a polite way, exactly, because she is talking to her boss.
Very good. So let's listen to the dialogue one more time. The dialogue is a little different this time. Listen carefully and see if you think the boss believes her this time.
Hello, Daniel speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Daniel. Julie here.
Oh, hi, Julie. How are you?
Actually, I'm feeling quite ill today.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What's wrong?
I think I'm coming down with the flu. I have a headache, a sore throat, a runny nose, and I'm feeling slightly feverish.
I see. So, you calling in sick?
Yes. I was hoping to take the day off to recover.
Okay, then. Try and get some rest.
Okay, guys, we're back. And I do think he believed her this time.
Yeah, I think he was understanding when he said, okay, then try and get some rest.
Yeah, and Julie sounded pretty sick.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, it was convincing.
Well, you know what? I almost called in sick last week.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't feeling very well, and so I almost didn't come to work.
Oh, that would have been really bad for me. I would have been stuck here without you, Marco.
Yeah, you would have had to do the podcast all by yourself.
Oh, no.
Actually, I had the same symptoms as Julie. I also had a headache, and I had a sore throat. And also, the worst thing and the thing that I hate the most is I had a runny nose.
Oh, no, that's really bad because then you have to blow your nose all the time and then it gets red and it hurts, right?
Exactly, yeah. Luckily, I didn't have a fever, though. No fever.
Thank God.
Yeah.
So did you take some medicine and it just killed everything?
Yeah, I had a friend and he had some pills for the flu. And he just gave me a couple and I felt better in about 2 days.
Oh, great. Well, so guys, let me tell you about a very funny thing that really happens in real life in Egypt.
What story do you have for us today?
Well, it's actually not a story, it's a fact. I mean, people in Egypt, when they're sick, they never call in sick themselves. They'll have someone do that for them.
Oh, that's interesting. Why? Why do they do this?
Well, there's this weird speculation about, if you can make it to the phone, you can make it to the office.
I agree. If I were a boss, I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, listeners, we're out of time today, but be sure to visit our website at englishpod.com where you can see other lessons and also you can leave your questions and comments at our community forum.
We hope you enjoyed our lesson, and tomorrow we will be back with another fantastic lesson for you. But for now, it's bye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Polite offer to help.
How may I help you?
Very sick.
Quite ill.
Getting, acquiring.
Coming down.
Report that you will not go to work because you are sick.
Calling in sick.
To kindly expect.
Was hoping.
Assign, indication.
Symptom.
Allow.
Permission. Impolite.
Day off because you're sick.
Sick day. Make it into work. Let's try that faster.
Day off because you're sick.
Sick day. Make it into work. Impolite.
Assign, indication.
Symptom.
Allow.
Permission.
Polite offer to help.
How may I help you?
To kindly expect.
Was hoping.
Getting, acquiring.
Coming down.
Very sick.
Quite ill.
Report that you will not go to work because you are sick.
Calling in sick. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Sir, you look lost. May I help you? May I help you find something? I was wondering, may I help you prepare your report? Quite ill. I'm feeling quite ill today. I don't think I can go to work. Quite ill. Andy can't get out of bed today. He must be quite ill. Quite ill. The lesson was canceled because our teacher is quite ill. Coming down. You have a runny nose. Are you coming down with the flu? Coming down. I can feel that I'm coming down with the flu. Coming down. My throat hurts. I hope I'm not coming down with the flu. Our meeting was postponed because my client called in sick. If he calls in sick one more time, we'll fire him. I almost called in sick today. Was hoping. We were hoping to meet with you after lunch. Was hoping. I was hoping to borrow your car this weekend. Was hoping. They were hoping to find you at the bus station. Hello, English learners, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
I'm Amira.
Amira and I are here today with an interesting lesson about a hotel situation. Amira, why don't you give us a little bit more information?
Well, the situation is taking place in a hotel, and someone is checking in and is obtaining an upgrade.
An upgrade. Okay, that's an interesting word. Why don't we listen to the dialogue and then we'll come back and explain all this vocabulary.
Good afternoon. What can I do for you?
I'd like to check in, please. I have a reservation under the name Anthony Roberts.
All right, Roberts. Oh, Mr. Roberts, we've been expecting you. And here is your key card to the presidential suite.
But there must be some mistake. My reservation was for a standard room.
Are you sure? Let me double check.
Yeah, here, this is my confirmation number.
You're right, Mr. Roberts. There seems to be a mix-up. Unfortunately, we're overbooked at the moment.
So...
Not to worry. We're pleased to offer you a complimentary upgrade.
Woohoo! Presidential suite, baby!
Okay, everyone. That is nice, huh?
Yeah, the guy is really excited that he's gonna get the presidential suite.
Yes, there's some interesting phrases and vocabulary items here, and I know, Marco, you want to talk about some of them.
Right. The first one, and this is really useful for all of our listeners who travel a lot. This phrase will come in handy, and it is, I have a reservation under the name.
Under the name.
Under the name.
Under the name.
So before we explain this phrase, let's listen to some examples on how it is used in other situations, and then we'll come back and give you more information.
My secretary made a reservation under my name.
I'm sorry, sir. I don't have a reservation under that name.
Do you have a reservation under the name Smith?
All right, some really good examples there on how we could use this phrase in other situations. But just in case, let me explain it real fast. Under the name means that when you go to the restaurant or a hotel and you tell them your name, they know that you are the person that they have been expecting. They have been waiting.
Yes. Well, I have chosen another useful phrase for you, and it is mix up.
Mix up.
Mix up.
Mix up.
There seems to be a mix up. Before we talk about this phrase, let's listen to some examples of how it is used.
There was a mix-up at the airport and my bags were sent to Antarctica.
I'm sorry, sir. There's been a terrible mix-up. We've given you the wrong baby.
Okay, that was useful and funny.
Yeah, that's the baby situation.
Oh my God, imagine that happening.
Yeah, I know.
Well, guys, so a mix-up is a confusion or a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Well put.
All right, Marco, what do you have for us?
Okay, the next word that we should take a look at is overbooked.
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 Overbooked. What does that mean?
So if a hotel or a flight is overbooked, it means that they are full. They are more than full.
Right, so they cannot accept any more people.
Exactly.
Okay, now why is this phrase useful?
Because it happens all the time.
There's so many other situations where you can use this word or hear it from other native English speakers. For example, a bus or a train can be overbooked.
Exactly, that's really common. Okay, let's take a look at the last phrase for today, and that is complimentary upgrade.
Complimentary upgrade.
Complimentary upgrade.
Complimentary upgrade.
So this means that, for example, when the hotel is overbooked and all of their standard rooms are full, they will give you a better room, a more expensive room, but free.
Yes, because it was not your fault.
Right. This also happens sometimes, if you're lucky, on airplane flights.
Yes.
So if you are in economy class and an airplane, but for some reason it's overbooked, they will move you to business class or first class for free.
I have a similar story, but I'm not going to tell you about it now. For now, let's go and listen to the dialogue one more time, and when we come back, we'll talk some more.
Good afternoon. What can I do for you?
I'd like to check in, please. I have a reservation under the name Anthony Roberts.
All right. Roberts. Oh, Mr. Roberts, we've been expecting you. And here is your key card to the presidential suite.
But there must be some mistake. My reservation was for a standard room.
Are you sure? Let me double check.
Yeah, here, this is my confirmation number.
You're right, Mr. Roberts. There seems to be a mix-up. Unfortunately, we're overbooked at the moment.
So?
Not to worry. We're pleased to offer you a complimentary upgrade.
Woohoo! Presidential suite, baby!
I love listening to this dialogue. It's just so nice to see that someone is enjoying his upgrade so much, huh?
Yeah, especially since he was expecting just a really normal room and now he's gonna be treated like a king.
So Marco, have you ever gotten a complimentary upgrade?
Yes, I did. When I was traveling through India, I bought a normal seat in the train, but for some reason, it was overbooked. So I talked to the station manager and I got a complimentary upgrade to first class.
I had a similar experience as well. I was flying from Shanghai to Qatar and I actually had an economy seat, but for some reason they just upgraded me and I was so happy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It wasn't overbooked?
Well, I'm not sure because normally the night flight is not that full, but they upgraded me for some reason and I was so happy. It was an upgrade to first class.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yes.
I would prefer a first class upgrade on an airplane. Yeah, any day.
Well, you know what really amazed me was like the food you get there. You know, you have a 5-course meal.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And you get all the drinks you can get, right?
Exactly.
Wow, I would be really happy there. All right, everyone, we're out of time today, but be sure to listen tomorrow because we'll be back again with another great podcast. And also, don't forget to go to our website at englishpod.com and leave us all your questions and comments in our community forum.
Yes, and we would also appreciate your suggestions. And I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. And Marco and I will be back tomorrow with another great lesson for you. But for now, it's bye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Check in. Under the name. Reservation. Confirmation. Mix up. Complimentary upgrade. Overbooked. Check out. Booking. Concierge. Deluxe room. Receipt.
Let's try that faster.
Booking. Mix up. Under the name. Reservation. Deluxe room. Overbooked. Check out. Receipt. Complimentary upgrade. Concierge. Check in. Confirmation.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Under the name. Under the name. Under the name. Confirmation. 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 Mix up. Mix up. Mix up. Overbooked. Overbooked. Overbooked.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
I'm Amira.
Hey, Amira, how are you today?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited about this lesson that you have for us today.
Yes, it's actually a very, very useful lesson. It's about someone asking his boss for an assistant.
Oh, okay, an assistant. What's an
Yes.
assistant?
Well, it's someone who helps you with your work around the office.
Okay, great. So let's listen to this dialogue, and when we come back, we'll take a look at all the interesting and useful vocabulary that you'll find.
Like I told you before, we just don't have the resources to hire you an assistant.
I understand that, but the fact is, we're understaffed.
The timing is just not right. The economy's bad, and it's too risky to take on new staff.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Here's an idea. What if we hire an intern? She would take some of the weight off my shoulders.
She?
Yeah, you know, a recent graduate. She could give me a hand with some of these projects, and we could keep our costs down.
That sounds reasonable. Let me see what I can do. Tony, I'd like to introduce you to your new assistant.
Okay, great. Let's meet her.
Hi, I'm Adam.
Oh, hi, I'm Tony.
And we're back. Tony. He's surprised, huh?
Yeah, he's, I don't know why, though, he's surprised. I think we should talk about that a little bit later.
Yes, for now, let's look at some interesting vocabulary and phrases here. Marco, I know you've chosen one for us.
Yeah, the first one that I want to take a look at is resources.
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 And that means, in this text, basically money.
Right.
So the office doesn't have enough money.
Okay. I've chosen another interesting word for you, and that's understaffed.
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 Now, understaffed means that they don't have enough people working there.
They don't have enough workers.
Right. They don't have enough employees.
Perfect. Okay. The next one is timing is just not right.
The timing is just not right.
The timing is just not right.
The timing is just not right.
Okay, let's listen to how we can use this entire phrase in a different situation so then we can understand what it means. Let's listen.
I was going to sell my house, but the timing is just not right. Honey, I think we should have a baby.
The timing is just not right.
Okay, great. I guess that makes it clear.
Yes, actually, it's very obvious that it means that it's just not a good time.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah. I have another interesting phrase for you, which is weight off my shoulders.
Weight off my shoulders.
Weight off my shoulders.
Weight off my shoulders.
So, to take weight off my shoulders is another way of saying to help me with my work or to take some of my work away from me.
If you have a lot of things to do and I come and help you, that means that I took some of the weight off your shoulders.
Yes.
Let's look at the next phrase that we have here, and it's give me a hand.
Give me a hand.
Give me a hand.
give me a hand.
Okay, now this is not literal. It's not that I'm gonna give you somebody's hand, right? Let's listen to some examples and then we can come back and explain what it means.
Can you give me a hand with these boxes?
Neil, I'll need you to give me a hand with the sales reports.
Here, let me give you a hand with your suitcase.
All right. Give me a hand is another way of saying help or to help out.
Exactly, to help out.
Right.
Perfect.
Now, the last phrase we're going to look at here in this dialogue is keep our costs down.
Keep our costs down.
Keep our costs down.
Keep our costs down.
So to keep our costs down means to try and not spend so much money.
Exactly. Many companies, for example, now control how much printing you do.
Yes.
Right? To
yes.
keep the costs down of paper.
Yeah, so in other words, they do not want to have unnecessary spending.
Perfect. Okay, I think it's time for us to listen to this dialogue one more time. But I want everyone to listen and see why Tony is surprised at the end when he meets his intern, when he meets his assistant.
Like I told you before, we just don't have the resources to hire you an assistant.
I understand that, but the fact is, we're understaffed.
The timing is just not right. The economy's bad, and it's too risky to take on new staff.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Here's an idea. What if we hire an intern? She would take some of the weight off my shoulders.
She?
Yeah, you know, a recent graduate. She could give me a hand with some of these projects, and we could keep our costs down.
That sounds reasonable. Let me see what I can do. Tony, I'd like to introduce you to your new assistant.
Okay, great. Let's meet her.
Hi, I'm Adam.
Oh, hi, I'm Tony.
Well, you know, Marco, I think that Tony was really surprised because he was kind of hoping to have a female intern.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he was expecting. Maybe this guy is a little bit sexist. He thought that an intern should be a girl, but instead he
got Adam.
Exactly, and it looks like Adam is really big and really tall because he's got that deep voice.
Right. An intern, Marco, do you want to elaborate on that?
Working at a company with a very low salary or sometimes no salary at all, but what you're gaining is experience and you are learning a lot of things. Everyone who has been an intern or had an intern knows that sometimes they are not treated all that well. Sometimes they just serve coffee or they have to do paperwork.
Or like photocopying things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But some internships are really, really cool, and some are really good experiences for learning.
Yes, definitely. Actually, I know a friend of mine. She used to work as an intern in one of those really big companies, and she told me that she has gained so much experience doing that.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't get paid, the experience that you get is really good. And that just opens doors for maybe getting another job. Or sometimes the interns get hired by the company to stay because they do such a good job.
Yeah, I think that's mostly the case, huh?
Yeah, that happened to me once. I started working as an intern, and after 3 months, I was hired by the company. So it does happen, believe me.
So you did a good job.
Yeah, of course. All right, folks, we're out of time today. I hope that you enjoyed our lesson, and we'll be back tomorrow with another really cool and really interesting lesson from English Pod. don't forget to come to our website at englishpod.com where you'll find some really great and interesting resources to help you learn and improve your English even more.
Yes, you should definitely do that. And Marco and I would love to receive your comments and suggestions that you can leave on our community forum. But for now, it's time for us to say bye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
Money.
Resources.
Not enough people to do the job.
Understaffed.
It's not a good time now.
The timing is just not right.
Remove pressure or stress.
Weight off my shoulders.
Help.
Give me a hand.
It's okay.
That sounds reasonable.
Hire.
Recruit.
Working too much.
Overworked.
Not enough people to do the job.
Short-staffed.
Reduce spending.
Cut costs.
Having too many employees.
Overstaffed. Let's try that faster.
Working too much.
Overworked.
Remove pressure or stress.
Weight off my shoulders.
Having too many employees.
Overstaffed.
Reduce spending.
Cut costs.
Hire.
Recruit.
Money.
Resources.
It's okay.
That sounds reasonable.
Not enough people to do the job.
Understaffed.
Not enough people to do the job.
Short-staffed.
Help.
Give me a hand.
It's not a good time now.
The timing is just not right. Now say the word and hear it in a sentence. Resources.
We would like to use more resources to increase our sales.
Resources.
We don't have enough resources to start a new project.
Resources.
Intel has a lot of resources for research and development.
Understaffed.
Hospitals in poor regions of Africa are understaffed.
Understaffed.
I did overtime last week because the company is understaffed.
Understaffed.
The factory is producing less than usual because it's understaffed.
The timing is just not right. The timing is just not right.
The timing is just not right for us to have a baby.
The timing is just not right.
I want to buy a car, but the timing is just not right.
Weight off my shoulders.
Could you help me plan the party? That would really take some of the weight off my shoulders.
Weight off my shoulders.
Finishing that project was a big weight off my shoulder.
Weight off my shoulders.
Winning the lottery took a great weight off my shoulders.
Give me a hand.
Can you give me a hand with these boxes?
Give me a hand.
Neil, I'll need you to give me a hand with the sales report.
Give me a hand.
Here, let me give you a hand with your suitcase. Paying $30 for new shoes sounds reasonable. Does that sound reasonable to you? Your salary request doesn't sound reasonable.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
How are you, Erica?
Marco, I'm doing really well. How about you?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited because today we're talking about travel.
That's right. We're going to give you some real English to talk about travel.
Exactly. English that you would use in everyday life, that you hear in movies and TV shows.
English people actually use.
Exactly. So why don't you tell us a little bit about this lesson for today?
Okay, so today we are going to listen as a husband and wife get ready to go on a trip.
All right, that sounds a little bit complicated.
Well, let's look at our 2 preview words.
Vocabulary preview.
Okay, so the first word that we have is road trip.
Road trip.
Road trip.
Road trip.
Okay, so road trips are really fun and interesting, right?
Road trips are great. You get to get in a car with your family and drive on a vacation.
Yeah, those are really fun, and they're really popular in North America.
Really popular. I've been on a million road trips.
All right, we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But now let's take a look at our second word, and it's the car's packed.
The car's packed.
The car's packed.
The car is packed.
So when your car is packed, it means that
everything you need is inside the car.
All right, so your bags, your food, everything that you need for your trip.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay, so those were our 2 preview words, and now we are ready to listen to the dialogue for the first time.
Okay, this dialogue will be at normal speed. It will be fast, but don't worry if you don't understand everything.
After 10 minutes, we promise you will understand everything in this lesson.
So, are we all ready to go?
Yep, I think so. The car's packed, we have munchies and music, and the map's in the car.
Did you get the camera?
Got it. Did you fill up the tank?
Yep, it's all set.
You're sure we're not forgetting anything?
I'm sure. We've got all our bases covered.
Well, let's get going then. I love road trips. Do you think we can make a pit stop?
But we've only been on the road for 10 minutes.
I know, but I forgot to go to the bathroom before we left.
Well, she forgot to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I hate it when this happens.
This happens to me on almost every road trip.
Okay, great. So now it's time for our language takeaway. We have 3 words for our language takeaway today.
Language takeaway.
And the first word is munchies.
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 So munchies are?
Snacks.
Snacks, food.
Food, chips.
Chips, cookies.
Chocolate bars.
All that good stuff.
I love munchies.
And they're really good when you're taking a road trip.
Indeed.
Okay, so let's take a look at our second language takeaway word for today. And it is fill up the tank.
Fill up the tank.
Fill up the tank.
Fill up the tank. So this is to
put gas in your car.
Put gas in the gas tank.
In the gas tank, exactly.
All right, our last language takeaway today is
pit stop.
Pit stop.
Pit stop.
Make a pit stop.
It's a quick stop for you to get some gas, food, go to the bathroom.
Yeah, a pit stop, a quick stop.
Great, so now it's time for putting it together.
Putting it together.
Okay, so we have 2 great phrases for you today. Let's take a look at the first one.
We've got all our bases covered.
We've got all our bases covered.
We've got all our bases covered.
This is a really great phrase, and it's really useful, right?
Yeah, let's listen to a couple of examples.
Example 1.
We've got all our bases covered in case the hurricane hits.
Example 2.
Okay, I have my keys, wallet, and passport. Looks like I have all my bases covered.
Okay, it's clear now, but you can use this in a lot of different situations, right?
You can use this in many situations. If I'm at work, I could say, all right, we've got a really good marketing plan. We've got all our bases covered.
Exactly. You have everything ready.
You're all prepared.
Perfect. All right. Now let's take a look at our second phrase, and it's let's get going.
Let's get going.
Let's get going.
Let's get going.
All right. So when you say let's get going, it just means
let's start.
Let's start. Let's go.
Yep.
Okay. But the interesting thing about this phrase is you can change it a little bit and it means something different.
Let's listen to a couple of examples.
Example 1.
I have the chicken, so let's get cooking.
Example 2.
This house is really scary. Let's get out of here.
Example 3.
I have another meeting in 20 minutes, so let's get down to business.
So let's get down to business, Marco.
Let's get down to business. Let's listen to the dialogue one more time, but this time
it'll be a little bit slower and you'll understand much better.
So, are we all ready to go?
Yep, I think so. The car's packed, we have munchies and music, and the map's in the car.
Did you get the camera?
Got it. Did you fill up the tank?
Yep, it's all set.
You're sure we're not forgetting anything?
I'm sure. We've got all our bases covered.
Well, let's get going then. I love road trips. Do you think we can make a pit stop?
But we've only been on the road for 10 minutes.
I know, but I forgot to go to the bathroom before we left.
So that was a little more clear this time, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can definitely understand better about what we've been talking about.
Yep.
Okay, so now it's time to look at Fluency Builder. Erica, why don't you explain what Fluency Builder is?
In Fluency Builder, we give you some great, useful phrases to help you express your ideas clearly.
Okay, great. So let's look at Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
All right, so we all know how to ask the question, are we ready to go?
That's right. You can say, can we go now?
Or you can say, are we ready to go?
Exactly. But there's another way that we can say this, and we heard it in our dialogue. So let's listen.
So, are we all ready to go? So, are we all ready to go?
Wow, that sounds really good. It sounds a lot more fluent.
Fluent, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so another simple phrase that we all know how to say is, it is ready.
It is prepared.
It is ready.
Right.
So these examples are fine. They're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're correct English, no problem.
But there's another way to say this that we heard in the dialogue, and it sounds a lot more fluent.
Yep, it's all set. Yep, it's all set.
It's all set. That sounds much better.
Yes, and we're all set to listen to this dialogue for a third time, and this time it's going to be at its normal speed.
So, are we all ready to go?
Yep, I think so. The car's packed, we have munchies and music, and the map's in the car.
Did you get the camera?
Got it. Did you fill up the tank?
Yep, it's all set.
You're sure we're not forgetting anything?
I'm sure. We've got all our bases covered.
Well, let's get going then. I love road trips. Do you think we can make a pit stop?
But we've only been on the road for 10 minutes.
I know, but I forgot to go to the bathroom before we left.
So, Erica, you said you've been on a million road trips. What was that all about? Where have you been?
Okay, well, maybe not a million road trips, but many road trips. Every summer, I used to go on a road trip with my family, and we would drive many, many hours, probably 8 hours in one day, up to northern Canada.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, and then we would go camping, and we would sleep outside, and we would have a campfire at night. It was great.
Family road trip.
Yeah, but maybe 8 hours in a car is a little too long.
Well, yeah. Well, I've been on a different kind of road trip with some buddies of mine, some friends. We would drive to Las Vegas.
Really?
Yeah. So that's really fun. A bunch of crazy guys in a car going to Las Vegas and then just having fun and talking about everything. So that's a much different experience than a family road trip.
Maybe that sounds a little bit more fun.
Yeah, 8 hours in a car is not really that boring with all your friends. All right, folks, we're out of time for today, but be sure to visit our website at englishpod.com and leave all your questions and comments.
Okay, well, thanks for listening, and until next time, goodbye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. Prepared, ready to leave.
All ready to go.
Full, everything is inside.
Packed.
Snacks, food.
Munchies.
Put gas in the car.
Fill up the tank.
Ready.
All set.
Have everything ready.
Got all the bases covered.
Start, leave, depart.
Get going.
Long car trip.
Road trip.
Quick stop for food or gas.
Pit stop.
The luggage area of a car.
Trunk.
Person in a car, not the driver.
Passenger.
Highway.
Freeway.
A car you rent, a car you pay to borrow.
Rental car.
Fee paid for using the highway.
Highway toll.
Let's try that faster. Long car trip.
Road trip.
A car you rent, a car you pay to borrow.
Rental car.
Have everything ready.
Got all the bases covered.
Person in a car, not the driver.
Passenger.
Snacks, food.
Munchies.
Quick stop for food or gas.
Pit stop.
Highway.
Freeway.
Start, leave, depart.
Get going.
Put gas in the car.
Fill up the tank.
Prepared, ready to leave.
All ready to go.
Ready.
All set.
Full. Everything is inside.
Packed.
Fee paid for using the highway.
Highway toll.
The luggage area of a car.
Trunk.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Road trip. I don't like road trips. Road trip. Let's take a road trip to Las Vegas. Road trip. Do you want to take a road trip? Packed. My suitcase is packed, so we're ready to go. Packed. Did you pack the car? Packed. We can't leave yet. I didn't pack the car. Munchies. I'm starving. Do you have any munchies? Munchies. Let's get some munchies for the trip. Munchies. We don't have any munchies. Can we go to the store? Fill up the tank. Did you remember to fill up the tank? Fill up the tank. I can't fill up the tank. I only have $5. Fill up the tank. I filled up my tank on the way home from work. Pit stop. We need some gas. Can we make a pit stop? Pit stop. We're making a pit stop in an hour. We'll eat lunch then. Pit stop. I'm sorry I was late. I made a pit stop on the way home. We've got all our bases covered in case the hurricane hits. So I've got my keys, wallet, and passport. Looks like I have all my bases covered. This sounds like a great plan. You've got all the bases covered. Get going. We have a long trip today, so let's get going. Get going. What time do you want to get going in the morning? Get going. We didn't get going until lunchtime. All set. I've got everything ready, so I'm all set for the trip. All set. Are you all set to go to the airport? All set. We're all set. This is going to be a great trip. All ready to go. It's time to get in the car. We're all ready to go. All ready to go. It's time to leave. Are you all ready to go? All ready to go. Come on, I'm all ready to go to the airport.